So you check your score often. Many of us live and die by our credit report. That's why it's crucial that it's completely accurate, so you know what to do, or rather, what do you do when you do notice errors. Errors exist.
They do.
A lot of us have them. You may have them at home. Judah Zakalik, he is here with the law firm of Peters & Associates, otherwise known as the Panda Guys. Of course, it's great having you back.
Always a pleasure.
Credit reports and errors.
1 in 5.
No.
1 in 5 have people have an error, at least one report.
What, like, define an error?
Okay. Some inaccuracy on their credit report.
Okay.
So there's 3 major credit reports: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. And a lot of people who will offer you credit or offer you a loan will look at these credit reports to determine whether they can give you a loan.
And sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's your insurance.
Sometimes your insurance,
yeah, exactly.
the apartment you want to rent,
Yeah.
your employer. Yeah, all these things come into play.
Isn't there a law in the books that would say, hey, credit reports, you need to be correct?
In fact, there is. It's called the Fair Credit Reporting Act.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's
The
a federal law.
FCRA, yeah,
The FCRA, yeah. It's a federal law that requires that the credit reports be accurate. And if they're not, then you use the FCRA or the guidelines for each of these CRAs, credit reporting agencies, to try to correct that.
So if I look at my credit report and I see something that, hey, that is totally not me, or that's totally incorrect or inaccurate,
right,
how do I rectify that?
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is actually check your credit report. And
that's a good start.
Right, yeah, we got to start there. And you know, there's businesses like Credit Karma or things like this. We see a lot of advertisements, but the government website for it is annualcreditreport.com. So first go there. You can get all 3 of those major bureaus once a year for free.
Okay.
Okay, so you start there, you look at it. If there's an issue, you contact the credit reporting bureaus. Each of those bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, have their own policies and procedures for you disputing it. And so you'd write them a letter.
So, see, writing a letter, this is where people get lazy.
Yes.
Like, I've been meaning to write a letter to my mortgage company for a while. Like, it would save me $100 a month, and I still just haven't done it.
Right.
So people try to do those online forms. You say, skip the online forms, go to the letter, get it even certified.
Right, you definitely certified. Certified mail, return receipt requested. You want to do that.
Because it holds their feet to the fire.
It holds their feet to the fire, but there's also time deadlines that come into play. Right, so that credit reporting agency has 30 days to respond to your letter. And if they don't, and if that original creditor doesn't respond, then we can get it removed from the credit report.
There we go. So they have a certain amount of time that they have to get it done.
Correct.
I like that. That's good. What if they just, so if they refuse to respond,
well, if they refuse,
by default, you win.
Right. So the credit reporting bureau is going to go to that original creditor and say, hey, look, we got a report from this consumer that this is inaccurate. Please verify it. If that creditor doesn't verify it, then it's going to come off the credit report or it's going to get fixed. If that creditor does verify it, and oftentimes they're the ones that reported the inaccurate information in the first place. So if they still give inaccurate information and you know it's wrong, then it's perhaps time to go seek the help of an attorney.
And that's where you would come in.
That's where I would come in, or any qualified lawyer. You know, you want to go get a free consultation with a lawyer, and they'll look at it and say,
make sure it's something you can rectify.
That you can rectify. And the great thing about the FCRA is if you have to hire an attorney to do it, most times it's going to be no money out of pocket for you.
No kidding.
So you don't have to pay us. You know, you don't have to dig in. You don't have to pay us out of pocket. Yeah,
that's great.
It's really nice.
See, that's the other thing. So people get lazy with the letters, and people get a little bit skittish about contacting an attorney because they think, oh, it's going to cost me tens of thousands.
Right.
It could be free.
It could be free, and it will be free if we take on your case.
That's phenomenal.
Right, for you, and it's just not for you in particular, but anyone.
But, listen, I could have used you like 8 years ago.
But we're still here. We're still here if you need us. But so we'll get a payment from their credit reporting agency if in fact we win your case. And then not only that, not only will we fix your credit report, but we can put some money in the consumer's pocket also.
So should we be getting the credit report and bringing it to you, or will you pull the credit report? How does that work?
It's probably best if you get the credit report and bring it to us.
Okay.
It's free for you.
Okay.
If I have to pull your credit report, it's normally about a $35 charge.
Gotcha.
And it's something you should do anyways. Even if you don't have to see a lawyer about it, you should do it just so you can review it and make sure it's accurate. Normally people do it about the same time they file taxes. So you got to file your taxes and pull your credit report at the same time.
Fun.
Great time of year.
Yes, of course. You've helped a lot of clients that have been in this situation. And
yes.
When you see the report, you don't necessarily see the score, but when you see the report, you can give a pretty good guess of what the score is going to be.
Agreed.
If you fix a couple of those big flaws in a credit report that are errors, that could be the difference between night and day.
Big flaws or even small flaws. Yeah, it can be the difference between night and day. It can be the difference between a couple $100s a month, difference between points on your interest rate, all these things. Whether you can get a car, whether you can't get a car, whether you can get an apartment, whether you can't get an apartment, whether you get that job, whether you don't get that job. So it can really affect your life in a major way.
What have clients been saying to you about the results?
They're ecstatic about it. You know, it fixes their credit report and they can move on with their life. Everyone feels almost branded by their credit score.
It is kind of like our scarlet letter.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So it clears it up and they can move on.
Awesome. If we want to get in contact with you, how do we do so?
www.pandalawfirm.com, 702-818-3888. Google Panda Guys.
Snapchat, Twitter.
Snapchat, we're all there. We're all over the place.
It's a great avenue. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very important stuff. Have you noticed an error on your credit report? Well, you can let the Panda Guys help you. Heck, I mean, if the FCRA says you can get it for free, why not? Let the Panda Guys help you. For more information on their services, call the number or head to the website on your screen. They're also on Facebook and Twitter. Get that credit right. And before we head to break,